It doesn't matter how much you self-improve if you have no relationships.
Every level is going to require a different you. So that's how you just keep growing, because people think that the more successful you become, the less you have to work. And it's quite the contrary, actually.
When you start getting a lot of money, making a lot of profit, then you start investing in people that are smarter than you, or people that know things that you don't know. Remember, the Ferrari was not the first nice car that I got. I started with an A6 pre-owned. I couldn't even qualify for it because my credit was fucked up, so I used my dad's credit. Then I got an S-Class, pre-owned. I got a pre-owned Rolex, and then I started just doing my whole marketing.
There was days like 2 people came to my open houses, but guess what? Sometimes when I didn't, even him, when I didn't want to go, it was like a Wednesday. I'm like, no, I had the pressure, and I knew that I had told the investor, I'm going to be there and I'm going to do open houses. You gave me the listing, you gave me the trust. I'm going to go execute.
We even did crazy things in open houses.
We did.
Hey guys, welcome to Driven Couples. Today we're going to talk about finances. Really excited. I have a very important meeting. Very important meeting with somebody very top notch. I can't say the name, but you guys will find out tomorrow.
Super exciting.
So super excited. Let's talk about finances, Syl, while I pop this champagne bottle.
Who got you that? Who got you that?
Freddie got us for Valentine's Day. So what a perfect day to pop this. On the day where I'm gonna be away for,
a few days.
We'll
see. We'll see if you even come back. You're gonna be partying your life away over there.
Well, I'm popping it. You gotta talk about finances.
So guys,
Look, you could start with this. People want to know a lot of questions. That we get this question a lot. Mm-hmm. Who controls the finances?
Yeah.
Should the girl do it? Should the guy do it? Different accounts or one account for both? Talk about that.
I think obviously this is a question that we do get a lot from a lot of different couples. And as far as him and I go, as we've grown, throughout the years, that has changed a little bit. And I say that it has changed a little bit because obviously, we run 3 companies together and there's a lot of different things that are involved. So when you get married and you have kids, everything kind of changes. So he handles most of our finances. I like to still have a little bit of control of my own personal things. But again, his money is my money and my money is his money. So it's basically the same difference as far as him and I go. It depends. We have so many right now. I'm thinking of all the things we have to pay for our daughter's birthday this weekend. You excited? So exciting. I love parties.
Back in just for that party.
Yeah.
You got to use your wife, guys. You got to use your wife.
For what?
To make you money. I use my car like a prostitute.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, you guys can give me like a napkin or something.
Just clean it on your hand.
Or never mind. I'll just go like this.
Yeah, good idea.
It's my
Cheers.
clone for today. Cheers.
I did so much cardio today. I feel like fainting all day. I'm so hungry when I do cardio.
Yeah, guys. So we're having like a post-Valentine's little celebration here. Thank you,
Still.
Steph and Freddie, for the Dom Perignon, my favorite champagne. And yeah, I'm really excited to talk about finances today because a lot of people, you guys don't. You don't have it down to the T. You don't know exactly how to do it, how to start. Some of you guys are really young. Some of you are a little bit more mature, but still maybe don't have enough money in your bank account. You don't have the savings you want. You don't have the finances you want. You don't have the house, the credit, the cars that you want. So for us, it wasn't always like it is today. Mm-hmm. I made a lot of mistakes with money, too many. And it wasn't until recently, last couple of years, that I started making better moves with money. But then again, if I wouldn't have been reckless and crazy, we probably wouldn't be here either. Because a lot of people, they never take any risks and they're always so conservative and they never go over 60,000, 120,000 combined income. Mm-hmm. Meaning the guy makes 60 or 70, and the wife makes 60 or 70. So you make anywhere, give or take, 120, $140,000 combined, and then you're living paycheck to paycheck. You're saving as much as you can, and then you're proud of having your 401k or your savings account to be at 60,000, 100,000 when you're 60. And to me, that's not okay. So I 10 years ago decided that I was going to take a lot of risks, and I was going to push, and I was going to put everything on the line to become ultra successful. And it was scary, I made a lot of mistakes. One of my stories that I talked about recently was about my Amex Platinum, where I used it and then paid it and then used it again without the money even clearing. It's a story, you guys can go back and read it, but I basically used my card for 30 something thousand, and then they didn't allow me to use it again. So I paid off the 30,000, knowing that it wasn't the money doesn't come out of your account till the next day. But immediately right after paying it, you could use the same amount again. So I used 30 something. To combine total was 67,000. That was the amount I was short to put out an event, because I just exhausted everything. I have other businesses. I had other businesses already that I was trying to, survive, and just crazy. Sold a lot of properties, and then finally I make it. And there's still a lot more to make, but we are in a place where, I could say that we made it. Like, I don't think we need any more money. We don't really have to work anymore if we just let our businesses, run.
We're workaholics,
hire people to replace us.
Yeah.
So it'll grow no matter what, but we just like to work. Like today, we're gonna do the driven in English, and then right after this, driven in Spanish, driven couples in Spanish. And then I have to pack. I have to do a lot of things. We have to spend a little bit of time together and with the girls before I leave. Red eye, land, and get ready to work again, and then work again the next day, and then head back, and then we have Italia's birthday party. But I think we like to be productive, and yeah.
Well, once you get to every level is going to require a different you. So that's how you just keep growing, because people think that the more successful you become, the less you have to work. And it's quite the contrary. Actually, it's very much so the contrary. You literally have to work harder than ever. And even if you have, like we've hired a few new people, and it's just what it is. It takes a lot to be extra successful, which work ethic is number one, and also making the right moves. Like Albert said, if it wasn't for his crazy ideas, who knows where we would be? God knows. I always told him, Jesus, the door is going to hit the camera. I always told him that he's a little bit crazy, unrealistic, or whatever you want to call it, but sometimes that's what it takes to become super successful, to take the risks, to over leverage your credit cards and your money to get to a certain destination. And that's exactly what happened to us. And as I was saying, it has changed over the years as far as who pays what and who does what. Now I've said this before, all the money that I make, I just leave it in the companies, because whatever I need, I can have. Whatever I want, I can have. And finding the time to go shopping is a different story.
Yeah, guys, and it took so much time to get here. Like all my cards were maxed out. I got collections. I got collections for Syl, maxed out hers, and did so much leveraging. But now we have no debt. We have zero debt. We have millions of dollars of credit line available. We have millions available in the bank, spread over different accounts. So now we can teach you or answer your questions on how we got to where we are today, which is not a lot, but it's pretty big. And not only that, what our most valuable asset is our company. Our company is blowing up. Our company is worth easily minimum $100 million. And people that understand business, you understand what that means. This company is my baby. This company is going to keep multiplying, and it's like money on autopilot. And then you open up another business that inside your triangle, which I talk a lot about. But regardless, guys, what I want to start off is by sharing like the mornings. The mornings is really important. Just like when you work out, you want to track what you eat. You want to track how much you weigh. In finances, you want to track your finances every day. So every day when you wake up, you gotta know where your money is. Where is it going? How much is coming in? So every morning when I wake up at 3 a.m, I check my finances. This is one of the three things that I do first thing in the morning. I work out, I do self-improvement, and I check my finances. If you don't check your finances, if you don't track them, they're not going to get better. Yeah. So ever since I started tracking them, they just started getting better and better and better. And now, of course, I have a CFO that does all the reports for me, gets me everything nice and neat, and it's faster for me to just go over everything. Before I used to have to do everything. So I'll start with that. I want to take some questions. Anybody that has any questions about finances, please comment. Steph, let me know when you have a good one. You'll go live on video with us, and then we'll send you guys a nice little gift, nice little $100, and we'll keep going from there. Anything you want to start, so before we start answering questions?
No, I mean, I said everything. You have to adapt, and you have to make changes as you continue to grow as a business, as an individual, as a marriage in our case. Because obviously when you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's a little different. He has his money, I have my money. And then you grow, you evolve, you get married, and then decisions need to be made as far as what needs to be paid and who's going to be handling that, So it's just a lot. I mean, thinking about everything we've been through and who handles what. We've had a few changes along the way, right?
And also accounts. So for accounts, you need a lot of accounts, like not just one account. Like I see a lot of married couples because I'm more than anything, my first job, my career is a loan officer, a mortgage guy.
So you see a lot of financials.
So I've seen so many financials of couples, of married couples and boyfriend, girlfriend. And I see one of the biggest mistakes that I see is they just don't know any better. But they have one joint account and they have all their money right there. And it's a personal account. And they don't understand just a lot of things. Like, for example, some people are self-employed and they don't have a business account. They don't have a corporation. They have a personal, they just do their taxes as self-employed, and they have a personal account where they put all their money. And that's a big no-no. You should have different accounts. You have to spread them out, and you should have business accounts, because when if the state feels like you owe money, they could just go into your personal account and take it. If you have a business account, they can't take it as easily. It's like 100 times harder.
It's a process.
So that's rule number one. Also, budgets. In the beginning, like I said, you don't have any budgets. Like, if you want to get to the level we got to, then you can't have any budgets. You have to risk it. If you don't risk, you're not going to grow. You're not going to 100x. You have to risk a lot. You have to put everything on the line and risk losing it all. I lost it all like 3 times. But just with me, I kept fighting and fighting and fighting. I never gave up. And then I scored a home run, which is now. And I wouldn't have scored this home run if it weren't for all the pain and all the mistakes and all the money I lost and just putting all the money on the line. But now that I scored a home run, now I hired smarter people than me. Yeah. That now are telling me, okay, now that you have these millions, now that you have this beautiful company, $100 million company, now we're going to do this, this, and this. And now, Albert, you are going to be limited in the money that you're going to take home every month, which is fine because I'm ready for that. I don't need any more
anything
nice gadgets. I'm pretty good with everything I have. Now it's about being smart and having budgets. So now it's time for that, but not in the beginning. In the beginning, if you have budgets, you're never going to become wealthy. And based on my experience, you're not going to become wealthy if you're having budgets and measuring everything, being so careful with how much money you spend and being scared of money. Like you have to use it. You have to use it. And then also, who covers the bills? Like whoever, we have our role. So Syl is good at budgeting. So she'll tell me, okay, we're going to have this event. Here's the budget. It's going to cost this. And then she just tells me, okay, Albert, here are the things that we have to pay. And then I decide, okay, this is going to come from this account. This is going to be a business expense for this. This is going to be covered by this. And I choose how we pay people. I like to pay people with my American Express card or my Bank of America credit card or my Chase credit card because they give me a lot of points. I get a lot of points, and I get about $5,000 a month of free money, just points. You don't get taxed on the point money. So whenever when you use a card for flights, for restaurants, you get points. That money, you don't get taxed on it. Just like when insurance pays you, you don't get taxed on that. So these are a lot of things that I've learned throughout the years, experience and mentors. And now I can make better decisions because now I have better mentors. So pick whoever is better at the different things, and then assign different tasks to whoever's better. Maybe the wife is better at numbers, maybe the husband's better at numbers, maybe the husband is better at budgets. And so that's what I do. And
it works for us.
I'm here to answer your questions. I want to know what you guys want to know, and then we'll go from there. We have a question. Henry Wafaro.
Hey, how's it going, Albert and Syl? Can you guys hear me?
Hi, yeah, we can hear you.
All right, perfect. I know you mentioned, putting it on the line when your business was growing early. Are there times when you need to kind of like pull back and not necessarily put it on the line? I'm in that growing stage, like how you were in the beginning. I haven't made it. I'm trying to get there. And sometimes, I risk it all. I deplete everything. I mean, there's learning lessons that you learn from it. And then, you just get back in the fight and just, risk it all again. What's your advice on that? I mean, especially, I have a girlfriend, she's a little more conservative and likes to, save and all that. So, what's your advice on that? I just started working for you guys with Mike, with real estate. So, with all the marketing, expenses, I'm just putting everything on there. I'm trying to hit that home run and just, learn from all that.
With Mike Fletes, right?
Yes.
Mike Fletes, yeah. Love Mike Fletes, by the way. So look, you're in a great team. This guy is gonna take you to that next level, and I'm really excited that he went ahead and built and started a team because he has so much potential, and he knows he's very good with business, and I see him as a good leader that he's gonna become. But having said that, it's very important right now when you start in real estate, when you're getting started, and then if you have a conservative wife, there's two things. Like, you just have to take that leadership, and you just have to get you just have to put everything on the line. Like, there's no other way. You can't be a conservative new realtor, or else
you'll never make it big.
You'll just quit now. So you got to be an aggressive lion realtor that's gonna invest everything. So let's say you get your first commission. This is what I would do, and maybe some people won't agree with me, but this is how I did it. I closed my first deal and I get paid what, $8,000. Let's just say that, for example, $8,000. I'll get those $8,000 and I'll invest them all. Like, I'll put all those $8,000 back into my business. In what? Marketing. I would market myself to get more known. I would invest it in getting known and getting more clients. There's a lot of different tools you could use. Social media is my favorite, but there's like Zillow leads you could pay for, and all these things. And these are just a couple that I mentioned, but all these things are going to get you more clients. So remember, in the first year, you make $200,000. Just an example. Invest $200,000. I'm crazy, but I'll put all those $200,000 on the line, and I'll use some credit cards if I have good credit, and I'll just go in hard. Why? Because that's going to put you in a position where next year you're going to be an animal, and you're going to grow exponentially. And in the beginning, it's hard. You got to stand out, and that's what I would do. But there's agents that are more conservative. I'm not conservative at all. Like, every time I used to go out, I used to take a girl home. Like, I wasn't conservative at all.
Stupido. Who's talking about girls right now?
It's about being aggressive.
Wow.
100X.
So I'll tell you what I agree with Albert, but also, like, it's really important. Only you know what your overhead is. So if you don't want to live above your means, which a lot of people do, and that's why they're broke their whole life, because they want to buy $600 Louis Vuitton shoes when they don't have any money in the bank, when they don't have a next deal coming, and it makes no sense, right? See, like, me personally, it's not that you said I'm a budgeter. What'd you call me?
A budgeter.
I'm not a budgeter. I know what I should spend, what it takes, and what I'm willing to pay, right? So me, for example.
Yeah, but you also don't know how much money I have in the bank.
I do know. Let me focus.
So that's why you're always like, and I'm like,
it's not that. Okay. I just think that some things are unnecessary, period. When I was just a realtor, I didn't have a lot of bills. I didn't have any kids. So it's completely different. Everybody's different. So I would sell a house and I would save 50-50. 50 in my checkings and 50 into my savings account. Because, if it's in your checkings, you're just like swiping away, and then I'm like, oh, what happened to all my money? And that's just life. It's what it is. So I sound like Brad. Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
What it is. So anyway, that's what I did. But also now it's totally different times than before when I started in real estate, which was a long time ago. So if I was you, I would go all in the marketing. You know, people are scared to pay $1,000 for Zillow leads. I'm like, imagine if you pick up your phone every time it rings and you call those clients back and you're a good closer. You have to execute. You have to execute. You have to pick up the phone. You know, a lot of people kind of fall short halfway, meaning they don't pick up the phone. They don't call the leads back. And I'm like, man, like you have one job and you don't want to waste the money. You want to make sure you're creating leads that are turning into money. So me personally, I would get a Zillow account, but also, you know, like, hey, you save, let's say even a quarter. I was just telling one of our people that work in the office, he's sitting there and we're talking about taxes and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, you know, I have to pay off my debt and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, but like what happened with all the other commissions? Like you should have already have paid the debt. You know, people start making a little bit more money and then they start spending it on things that they shouldn't be spending it on. And it's really, really important to always pay yourself first. What does that mean? I learned that in a book. You save 10% of your money always. You pay yourself first because we all have bills, cost of living. There's always something you could spend your money on. So, you know, it's good to have a little bit of something in case you have to spend $5,000 on a crazy opportunity and then you have the money and you're not just waiting on the next deal.
Well, let's pretend that, because I totally disagree.
Yeah, he disagrees, but I don't care.
Let's just say that you have a Civic. I don't know if you have a Civic or a Corolla. But I'm just using that as an example. Let's just say you have a Civic and it's an old one. Like it's like
the champagne is so good.
It's an embarrassing car.
Delicious.
Just because of you being a realtor. You're a realtor. You're supposed to be a professional and help families get their biggest investment of their life.
Yeah.
So when you drive a beat up Civic, just using that as an example, what I would do is when you close your first deal, if you have a lot of debt, leave your debt. If they're gonna go into collections, let them go into collections. Go and get a nice car. It doesn't have to be a Ferrari. It could be an Audi A6. It could be a 5 Series. It could be a 7 Series, a S500 or a S400 or something like that. Because now when you go see your clients, they're gonna take you a lot more serious than when you drive a beat up Civic. When you go meet relationships, they're gonna take you differently.
Yeah.
And it's just whether you like it or not, or
it's social proof,
or people that are watching this, whether you like it or not.
It's a reality.
These are the times we're in. The times that we're in is everybody looks at what you have. Oh, so what does he have? What does he have? Like before, people used to talk a lot of shit about me, and of course I still have haters. I love the haters, but it's funny because now they can't say anything, and when they say something, they look so stupid because they're like, we can't seriously talk shit about Albert because he just has so much more than he had 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and he keeps on improving. So they just sound like fools, and I don't even answer them. I don't even acknowledge them, and they get more mad about that. So like when you show it, that speaks for itself, and that's the type of era we're in. We're not in an era of like people that are in their 60s now, when they were growing up and they were in their 30s, they didn't have social media. So they couldn't show off. They couldn't do the same things we're doing now. Now people just look at that, and is it fair? Probably not. Is it the nicest thing for people to do? No. But that's what people do, and I mastered that 5 years ago. I learned it from somebody else that was doing it, and then I said, well, okay, well, let me get the Ferrari, even though I can't even afford it. Like I would have problems paying that car.
Yeah.
And guess what? That car got me to where I am today. And if I would have never pushed myself, I wouldn't have gotten there. But remember, the Ferrari was not the first nice car that I got. I started with an A6 pre-owned. I couldn't even qualify for it because my credit was fucked up. So I used my dad's credit. Then I got an S-Class, pre-owned. I got a pre-owned Rolex. And then I started just doing my whole marketing. And even though I could barely afford the Rolex or the cars, people didn't know that. So I just started promoting myself. I'm a successful loan officer. Give me business. I started getting business. And then I started doing videos on Facebook, lives.
Yeah.
And then people would laugh at me. But where are those people now? Like, I know where I am at. So that's what I would do. I would disregard what Syl said about budgeting and all that stuff. And I would just go all in and spend the money and kill it.
Yeah. There you go. Different opinions.
Perfect. Thank you, Albert. No, that's some good advice. I'm gonna take action on that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And brother, also just to add something very quickly, I don't mean to. This is just me speaking based on my experience and the way I am. But most people are not like me. So remember that this is also going to put a lot of pressure in you, and you're going to be stressed out. You're going to be stressed out, and you or the general public that's watching this, maybe this is not you, and so you got to watch out for that, because I don't want you to go and get a heart attack and then say, oh well, Albert told me to do this and this, and now I got a heart attack, and then people see the replay. So maybe you know your pain tolerance level. You know how much pressure you could take. So maybe somewhere in the middle. Maybe don't spend all the commission. Maybe spend 40% on marketing. Maybe 40%, and then the 60 keep that, or find a number in the middle between maybe what Syl said and what I said. But I'm not like everybody else, so don't compare yourself with an Albert or with another influencer.
Yeah.
Just compare yourself to yourself and to where you are, and every year try to get a little bit better. So hopefully that clears up.
Well, try to get a little bit better and always commit, because I know a lot of people, they're like, yeah, I can do it. And at the first sign that they could not work, or they could not go do the job, or they could not pick up a gig on the weekend, they don't. Don't be that person, because him, 24/7. When I tell people this, we used to work 24/7.
I mean,
If we could pick up, yeah, we still work 24/7. Like if I could pick up a listing, whatever. If I can, I used to do open houses Monday through Sunday. Like who does that? Nobody paid me to sit there. There was days like 2 people came to my open houses, but guess what? Sometimes when I didn't, even him. When I didn't want to go, it was like a Wednesday. I'm like, no, I had the pressure, and I knew that I had told the investor, I'm going to be there and I'm going to do open houses. You gave me the listing. You gave me the trust. I'm going to go execute.
We even did crazy things in open houses.
We did.
Things we can't talk about on.
Yeah, I found my...
Yeah, like.
But anyway.
Especially when you would wear those nice little dresses. Remember?
God.
You used to wear the shortest dresses.
The times that I didn't want to go, but I still went, were the times that the most amazing things happened. Like, I'm like, Albert, get your ass to my open house. He's like, no, don't go. It's a Wednesday. I'm like, I'm just going to go for a little bit. I'll let the investor know I'm there, whatever. Walter walks in, like our favorite clients ever. We've done multiple transactions for them, and I tell Albert, yeah, you don't want to go, but guess what? You have to. You had already committed. You already gave your word that you were going to be there. And again, most people aren't like that. They don't think like that, and good things happen when you show up. Good things happen.
And remember that all you need to do is close one client a month. Close one deal a month, 12 in a year. Now you have 12 clients that you closed, that you helped. Now those 12 clients are going to refer you 12 other clients. And then from there on, you just start building your database.
Yeah.
So for example, all those 12 that closed, ask them for referrals. They're going to refer you everybody they know. And then you grow it, you triple it or quadruple it. And then next year you do it again. And then now these people need assistance in refinancing. Connect with the lender and refer the lender the refinances, and then ask the lender for business to give you clients that want to buy homes. With clients that want to sell homes. And then from there on, you just take off. As long as you're ethical, that's very important. Always be ethical. So never lie, steal, cheat, never take shortcuts. Help your clients and be ethical, do the right thing. And then they're going to take, whoever's up there is going to take care of you, and then it's going to send you a lot of good things your way. So never lose that ethical part in you. So always remain ethical. Mike is a super ethical guy, loyal guy. So just do the right thing, man. Help families, and then money's just going to come your way.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Syl. I appreciate it.
Awesome, brother.
You're welcome.
Next question,
Cristina Mercado.
Hola, guapa. Are you coming to Talia's birthday party?
Of course she is. She wouldn't miss it.
She's like Is she unmuted?
I think you're muted.
I didn't unmute. Sorry, my bad.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes.
What's up, girl?
What's up, girl?
Hi. Yes, I'm going. My daughter's super excited. She's like, I get to play with Italia again. Oh my God.
It's gonna be so fun.
She loves Italia.
So cute.
Like so many toys. I'm like, yeah.
Yay.
So for both of you, all of us obviously are 1099. So, well, not all of us, but the majority of us, anyone who's with Ambiance or does real estate or TMG. Being self-employed, what has been some of your personal benefits that you guys have gained starting your corporation in the beginning when you first started your company?
Well, number. You want to start, sir? Or you want me to start?
Go ahead.
No, number one, being self-employed is a beautiful thing, because when you're self-employed, if you have the right mentors, the right information, you're not limited in the money you could make. So if you want to work 7 days a week like Syl did, you want to work 16 hours a day, then you're gonna make more money. Of course, if you're good if you're good in sales and have some sort of personality, which you do. But remember we had a dude that used to come to the office like early in the morning and stay till late, and he said he was gonna be the next Grant Cardone and blah 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 blah. This guy couldn't close a
door if he tried.
He couldn't close. He couldn't close the cabinet in their little toilet, if his life depended on it.
Yeah.
And he never brought in any sales. I used to give him a bunch of leads, and those are the only leads he would ever.
If anything,
get.
He almost killed my loans. I'm like, nope. Let me talk to the client. You're out.
Like when I mean, that's like day and night compared to you. You have a beautiful personality. You have good people skills. You're a good person. So it's not about like how hard you work. You have to be efficient and productive.
Yeah.
So when you're that, and you make let's just say you make a lot of money, 200,000 for example. That's pretty good money. When you make 200,000 with the right tax information, you could end up paying no taxes, because you could write off close to everything. You could invest that money into tools that are going to help you. Like, for example, you probably need an SUV. So if you buy a Suburban or any kind of SUV, then it's a full 100% write-off, as long as it's 6,000 pounds. So you could go and get that. You need it for business. Then marketing, you could write that off. When you go to restaurants, before it used to be 50% that you could write off. This year, you could write off 100%. So if you take clients to dinner to create more business, that's a write-off. So there's many more things you could write off. If you want to get a nice car, lease it. The monthly lease payments are write-offs. So you could work hard, make money, and then you could also buy real estate. You buy a nice little 4-unit, then buy another nice little 4-unit. Maybe your partner or future partner or whatever, you could have them buy a 4-unit. You get a 4-unit, and then you have 8, because once you get married, you only qualify for 1 FHA loan. So you could leverage, and there's so many things you could do. And plus, you're the best person to buy an investment property, because mortgage and real estate.
Yeah.
Like you know it. That's what you do. So you have a lot of benefits being self-employed, and then you're in the best industry, real estate. So like you have right now, it's just my only concern or question that I'm thinking about is like, how soon are you going to make your first meal?
Well, by the end of March, I will have netted 80 grand.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we have 5 in escrow right now. So we're just literally waiting to close, but we got some tenant situations, but we got them all resolved. So but that's just finding solutions, like Syl always talks about. Be the solution, find a solution so that you can take your business to the next level. So I'm super excited, because I'm like, it won't even be the end of the first quarter, and I'll be making,
Yeah, and
Let me say something.
I will just 80 grand.
And then really quickly, Christina, and I was just exaggerating a little bit, but remember that don't compare yourself with somebody that, for example, is making $1 million right now. Compare yourself to where you are right now, where you were last year, and every year double your production. If you're doubling your production, then you're on your way to blow up. So just keep doing that, and we could sit down and I could tell you how to structure your self-employed and the whole corp and taxes thing. But remember that, and we'll talk like off camera, but remember that right now, if you want to have a business account for your corporation and you want to get paid to your corporation, the only way to do that is if you're a broker.
Yeah, she knows
so
that.
You have to be a broker, and then that way you can get paid to your corporation. That's one of the benefits of being a broker. That's why I think Mike Fletes is I think he just became a broker, and that's what we could pay his corporation. But there's a lot of other benefits But we could sit down anytime and go over all that.
So,
So we'll see you
Chris-
Saturday. We'll have a little talk. But you want to
Yeah, Christina, to add to what he's saying, so the biggest benefit, I'll tell you what it is. Everybody wants to be self-employed, but they don't realize that you work more than a 9 to 5. You literally are working 16, 18-hour days, right? It sounds so beautiful. And yeah, we have a little bit more time, like, you know, if you're good at managing your time, which most people aren't, they'll spend a whole day doing absolutely nothing. You know, and if you do that 7 days a week, you're never gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna grow your business. Today I went to our tailor that's right below Driven, you know, our office. It's right below, right? And I go there and I'm like knocking because I had a bunch of things that need to be tailored, and I kind of put them together. And then when I have time or when I can squeeze in 20 minutes, I just walk down there. I give them everything and they take care of it at once. And it's so funny because I'm like, I said, oh, hi. And he's like, hi. And I'm like knocking, right? And I'm calling the number and I'm like, is anybody here today? And he's like, yeah, somebody's there. And I'm like, well, I'm knocking and nobody's opening, right? And the guy tells me, so a guy walks up to me and he's like, hi. And I'm like, oh, hi. I'm like, you? And he's like, yeah, because I'm so used to this other gentleman that's always there who seems, you know, a little sloppy, a little lazy, a little slow, you know, and I thought he was the owner. So I walk in, right? He opens the door. Dude, the place is spotless. Because, you know, I used to walk in there and I would get anxiety. Just there was things everywhere. Like, it was so disgusting. Like, I was like, you know, but it's so convenient. It's right below a tailor. And the guy's so funny. He's the owner of that one. And he has another one on like Santa Monica or something, right? The tailor, and they do shoes and stuff. And he's telling me, and I'm like, oh, what happened to the other guy? I said, oh my God, I thought he was the owner. He's like, no, I had to get rid of him because it was never his fault. He wouldn't do anything. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's funny because that you say that. I'm like, because he was super horrible customer service. He would mess up all the
He was nice
time.
to me.
He was a little on the slow side, a lot. And he was messy more than anything, which your business is your appearance. It's a reflection of you, right? So anyway, he was like telling me, he's like, yeah, well, everybody would be boss if it was easy to be boss, you know, because he has an accent, the guy. And he's like, but it's not. He's like, not everybody could be boss. He's like, you have to work more than anyone and harder than everyone. And he's like telling me, and I'm like, it was just kind of like a reminder, you know, because I expect everybody to be like amazing and crazy all the time. And that's just not a reality, you know, but it was just crazy. So manage your schedule, keep track of your expenses, make sure you're literally keeping track of everything you do. You have to be really organized. So, and then you'll find all the benefits. Hey, sweetie, what happened? Mommy's recording. Can you go with Auntie?
Yeah,
There's
but he was,
chocolate
he was
in my
nice
room.
to me, so.
I never said he wasn't nice.
But he would always. He would
That doesn't
always
mean he
mess up
wasn't
my
a slob.
pants. He didn't-
Exactly.
he would-
Thank you. It wasn't his business,
wouldn't
so
pay
he didn't
attention.
care. He didn't care. What would he care? And now the place is spotless. Like, it's beautiful. Of course, the owner cleaned it up.
Yeah, and then also, so like to add to that, people usually want to go self-employed because they want to. They don't want. They're so lazy that they don't even want to work 8 to 5. So they go self-employed because they want to work 2 hours or 3 hours and make the same amount of money. You know what I mean?
Okay, I need you to go with Auntie.
In which place?
It's right here on the top
So
where,
most people,
where I have my
they want to
plants
work for
and
themselves.
candles. Okay?
They want to
Y
be
ya no venga pa acá,
their
Italia.
own boss. They want to be self-employed because they don't even want to work 8 hours a day. They want to find a way to work less and make the same. They don't even want to make more. They
Yeah.
want to work less and make the same. You're never going to get anywhere. You're better off where you are. So
Yeah.
because yeah, that's just laziness. So like the biggest advantage is you dictate how hard and how much money you want to make.
Basically.
Yeah, very true. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. See you Saturday.
See you Saturday.
See you Saturday.
Angel. Jesus. Can we get a refill? Unmute, please, Angel.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Very
How
good,
are
brother.
you?
How are you?
Good, thank you. You guys are awesome, man. So first
Thank
of all,
you.
I want to thank you guys for your time, for your advice, and your dedication that you guys bring to us, man. It's great. I have my
Thank you.
whole family hooked on you guys right now. They're all watching.
Oh, so cute.
Dude,
Tell him we said hi.
Say hi to the family, man. Your family is my family.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, my sister's over there right now. You guys know. But I have a question. What's the first and second best investment you guys have made?
You want to start?
For me, it's self-improvement. Like 100%. Because remember, you have to be able to trust yourself. And what's a better investment than yourself? Think about that. and self-improvement. See, right now you're learning, you want to get better. And us, as we grew and as we went through the levels that we've been through, which is nowhere near where we want to be, which is scary because it's nowhere near. And we're always figuring out how can we be better? How can we be smarter? How can we do this? How can we fit 100 things in a day instead of 50? That's how him and I operate. It's crazy. In the morning, I told him something. He's like, I was thinking the same thing. Because him and I are so much alike. It's weird. I'm just like a girl and he's a guy. And he's also crazier than I am. But I'm more structured, more organized. And I'm like a control freak. But self-improvement. 100%. Looking for that information, understanding that sometimes it's not going to be free, but it's what you need to get yourself to the next level as far as knowledge and levels go.
And I'll get number 2, but before that, you guys watching on Instagram, we're going to cut it off. And if you guys want to continue to watch it, text the number right there to get the private link.
Refill.
And then we'll give you the private link so you can continue watching it live. So see you Instagram. Now, number 2 is going to be relationships. Make sure you save it, Steph, with the text.
Yeah, relationships for
relationships is number 2. It doesn't matter how much you self-improve if you have no relationships.
Sweetie, not right now.
Like I know a lot of people that
you can have whatever you want, but
and they don't have relationships, so they don't go anywhere.
Yes, but don't come back here. Mommy and Daddy are recording,
right
okay, sweetie? We're almost done. Beso.
And I'll give you an example based on my experience. I used to self-improve more than anyone. I've been doing self-improvement forever. I used to read a book a week or listen to a book a week, but I was always doing like one book a week at the leastest and just investing so much time in self-improvement. And then what happened is I wasn't known. Nobody knew me. I didn't have an audience and I didn't have any relationships. Why do you think I am flying red eye today, and tomorrow I'm going to meet with somebody that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars?
It's so crazy.
Maybe close to $1 billion. And I just pick up and go. Whenever I have an opportunity, pick up and go.
Yep.
Because I understand how important relationships are. Collaborating with powerful relationships is going to make you more famous, and it's going to increase your audience, which is going to increase your business, whether it's to help people with mortgages or with insurances or with anything else. So relationships are key. When you get the right relationships, you just grow at 100x pace. So information, self-improvement, and then relationships, that'll do everything for you.
And nurture your relationships. You're very important. You have to nurture them because sometimes, because of whatever, it just doesn't work out, and that's fine, but don't be a little I don't want to say the word, but a lot of people, I'm like, they expect you to do everything. I'm like, no, I know people's time is so valuable, and we completely understand that. That's why it's like everything we do, it's literally to help you guys and for you just to have the information that we searched for so much when we were growing our companies and our relationships and so many different things. And remember that you can learn something from anyone. It could be anybody, because we all have different experiences throughout our lives. We've all lived a different life. So think about that, everything you've been exposed to, and look for those people, whatever your industry is. It's like, okay, who's the best at it? And then you just kind of look at their past and things like that, and how can I grow, and copy what works. Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I did.
There's no need to reinvent nothing. If it's proven to work, then you do the same.
And then those people are gonna get mad because they're gonna say you copied them. That's why you cut and paste, not copy and paste. Cut and paste. Because sometimes they get mad and just cut. When you cut, you eliminate them and then you move on. So sometimes when they get mad when you copy and paste, just cut and paste. I had a previous mentor, and I cut and paste, and then I added Bobby Castro, who's been the biggest supporter, friend, mentor in the last couple of years to help me grow the company. So very thankful for that. So remember, when people stop giving you value, just cut and paste.
Cut and paste. That's right.
And you were saying, don't be a little bitch. You don't say don't be a little b. That sounds like so feminine.
I mean, I'm not gonna say bitch.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's like
because I'm on national TV. I was kidding.
That's why you be yourself.
Whatever.
Like,
Sometimes I cuss and
off camera
sometimes I
you
don't
cuss?
feel like it. But
But then on camera you don't want
no,
to cuss.
that's not true. I say the fuck word sometimes.
Okay, there you go. See?
Yeah.
Awesome, brother. Does that answer the question?
Yes, thank you guys very much.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
thank you. One last question, Steph? One
Hey,
last question
Mr.
from
J.
Mr. Jace. Jesus, can you put this away, please? A little.
It's so
That
delicious.
way we can use it for the next one. Because we're gonna jump right into the Spanish one after this. Mr. J.
Jay?
Unmute, maybe?
Hi, Jay.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, what's up, Jay?
Oh, good. I just wanted to take a quick second to tell you guys I really appreciate everything you guys do on a daily basis for everyone. And regarding my question, I wanted to ask you guys, as an entrepreneur, at what point do you feel like you have enough knowledge of investment, like of making smart investments? And do you start leveraging other people's capital to help, get a bigger ROA for you and the other person?
Never. You never stop investing in knowledge or learning. Like 'cause
Ever.
There's always different levels. Like for example, my friend Bobby Castro, mentor of mine, he's now getting mentored by that guy that has the Virgin Islands. Name Jesus. Richard Branson. Yeah, Richard Branson. And
It's a mastermind that's 80 billion, right?
It's a big number.
It's crazy.
Combined
Knowledge.
net worth. So once he gets to that next level, I guarantee you that he's going to be getting mentored by somebody above that. So you always learn new things, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to learn anything from people that are younger or less experienced, because you always learn from different things. You learn from kids.
Yeah.
So always keep learning, because what's going to happen is what you're going to start doing once you one thing that I'm doing now is I'm investing in smarter people than me. So I'm investing in, like, a CFO. We're going to invest in later we're going to invest maybe in another CEO. I step to the side and we start investing in people in our upper management, upper executive level, where those people they're smarter than us, so they bring in all the ideas and tools and information, and then we make a decision based on everybody's combined intelligence. So, but you start investing in people. Like Bobby invested in a lot of people for the company to grow. So that's what you start doing. But you always keep learning, and then when you start getting a lot of money, making a lot of profit, then you start investing in people that are smarter than you, or people that know things that you don't know.
Right, absolutely. That makes sense.
And
But
also,
like at some point, do you, like, let's say, do you feel like you're knowledgeable enough? Like, yes, you're always growing and learning, but at some point do you go like, hey, I can tell that this family member over here has a lot of capital in their savings account and it's not doing anything for them. But then you go like, hey, I can help you take this amount of money that you have in your savings account, and I can show you, and like you kind of create a deal with them where you're like, hey, I'm gonna take this money that you have, invest it for you, and then if you want to pay me like a commission or something, and you kind of start making those kind of, like, you leverage other people's money.
Yeah. So you're talking more on raising capital, right?
Yeah, like other people who don't know what to do with their capital.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, and like for example, there's people that raise capital for real estate investments. They get them. They raise the money. They do the work, and they make a percentage of it. There's people that raise capital to start other different businesses. So that's just something that you have to decide if you want to do that, or because like I don't like personally to raise money because it's just not my thing. Like I don't feel comfortable using other people's money. I feel more comfortable using my own money. But some people that's what they do. They raise other people's capital, and then they start businesses, or they buy real estate, and they all win. But it depends the route you want to do. Like that's just not my expertise. So I like to control my own money. I don't like to control other people's money because I just don't feel comfortable controlling people's money when like I just don't feel comfortable taking their money, and that's just the way I feel. But how do you feel about raising people? raising money from people.
You know, we've never done that. What we have done is saying, hey, buy a 4-unit instead of buying a house. We do that with our clients, but that's something that we completely know, and it's what we do, you know. But also investments or whatever, like, you have to be like, okay, is it a long term? Is it short term? When you to decide if it's a good deal or not, or if it's convenient, or if you should go for it or not, you have to break down the deal, whatever that deal is, you know, because there's so many things that happen right now. There's so many different things you can invest in and stocks and this and that. So, you know, just collect all your information, break it down, and then draw your conclusion based on the facts.
And also, if you're gonna do that and raise capital, just make sure that you have everything covered. Meaning compliance, you have a good attorney, you have everything in place, because the biggest problem that happens with people that raise capital is that you start getting sued by people that, you know, they'll give you money and they'll say, yeah, you know what, you have the information, you're the expert, I'm gonna give you the money, and then whenever they need money, they'll ask you for the money back, and then they want to break the terms, and then it just gets nasty. That's why I'd rather stay away from that. Because we have, you know, some successful businesses, and we rather just take care of those businesses, and we don't need to raise money for other things. But it's different for everybody. So if that's a route you want to take, I would just make sure that I would have experts that help me get everything together, compliant, and you have protection.
Got it. No, that absolutely answered my questions, and you gave me a lot of good insights that I hadn't taken into consideration. But no, I appreciate that.
You're welcome, brother. And I tell you this based on my experience, because I've seen people sue for $10,000, $5,000. They're like, they want to take you to court because they want their $5,000 back, their $10,000 back. So it's a really sensitive business. So that's why, like, I'd rather stay away from that, because there is no nastier feeling, or like, you can't even sleep when you're dealing with other people's money, because you never know. You never know. So I just rather stay away from that. But you know, everybody has their own their own ways of business.
No, I agree. I see that insight now that I wasn't looking at it from that perspective.
Yeah, awesome, brother. Well,
thank you.
Thank you. And we have one more question, Steph.
Thank you.
Close it out.
One more, and then we'll close it out.
One more, really quick. We got 5 more minutes.
And guys, no matter wherever you are at, always pay attention and look for the information that you need. You know, it's funny because Albert and I, we've just learned so much over the years. It's crazy, but we're always hungry, and we're always looking for that next little bit of information that's going to take us to a different level, or, you know, get a job done, something completed, a task, you know, because remember when you would be like, oh, call your credit card and ask them for an increase.
Yeah.
So, you know, you just have to keep getting better. You just have to keep getting better and looking for that information that you need to succeed.
Yeah. And then to close it out, just something that I would tell you guys. Remember that people that are successful, they want to hang out with successful people. And people that are successful usually, for the most part, have their finances, you know, in place. So when you start hanging out with these people, relationships, you just make better friends, you create better friends, you create better relationships,
better choices,
and then you start making better choices. You start like you don't drink the Corvel champagne anymore. Then you start drinking
bubbly, the barefoot. I used to drink that
with your friends that like to drink.
I have food for less with my sisters.
Your crackhead friends and all those people. Like, you get rid of those people, and now you start hanging out with like Bobby, and Bobby just wants to drink. Yeah. They just want to drink Opus One and 1942 and Dom Perignon. Yeah. They just want to travel private, and you think about it, and you're like, man, no way I could afford that. But when you visualize and you cast a vision, and then you put in the work, anything is possible. Like, look at me, man. I'm a simple kid that I was made fun of, called wetback, grew up in the ghetto, and nobody expected me to do shit. I couldn't even graduate on stage from high school. I dropped out of college, and I got my real estate license, and I became a multimillionaire. with a business that's worth 100 million. So, and then the friends that I have, I'm flying to watch. Wait till you see tomorrow who I'm gonna meet with.
yeah, pay attention.
And then Bobby's in because I'm going to Florida. Bobby's in Florida, so he's down at the Keys, all the way down in the southern Florida with like beautiful water. So I'm talking to Bobby was it yesterday? This morning actually. He's like, hey, you're gonna be here, and then he said, well, why don't you drive down to the Keys and hang out for when you're done with your thing you're doing. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna do that.
The Keys?
The Keys, yeah.
You're gonna go without me?
All the way down there. Yeah. So I'm gonna meet with a mega star tomorrow. You'll see. Then I'm gonna go hang out with Bobby.
Who did you have a live with today?
I had I FaceTime Taboo from Black Eyed Peas. So all these people are my friends. In other words, like when you start hanging around with these people, you get better ideas. You get better ideas over some nice champagne, not Corvel. And these people start, motivating you, inspiring you. And then before you know it, you're traveling private. You're hanging out at the Keys with these people. You're hanging out with all these celebrities that you grew up watching and idolizing. So life is very simple, guys. Like life is very simple, and it's very easy to make it big. And you could make it young, because you don't have to be old to be successful. You don't have to be white to be successful, or any other color. Because now with information, with technology, with social media, you could become a billionaire at 19 like Kylie Jenner. So there's no limitations whatsoever. All you need is a dream, an idea, and go execute. Are we good?
100%.
Steph? All right, let's do one quick
let's
question,
do one more.
because we got to wrap it up and do the Spanish
So,
one.
guys, problem solution. I teach that to my daughter. I tell her problem solution. And execution is key. No matter if you fail, it's okay, because you might not know how to do it right, but you just keep trying until you get it right. And that's just how it goes.
That's right. All right, one quick question, Steph.
Gloria,
Gloria,
turn on your camera. We want to see your beautiful face. ¿Dónde está? That thing is so small, I'm literally blind. I can't see nothing.
Well, that's because you just had a baby.
No, I just can't see.
Gloria, unmute yourself, please.
Hi.
Is it mute?
She has her AirPods on. It's muted.
It's muted.
Unmute it. Steph's going to teach you. Mira, ya sé.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Now I
hello.
Oh my god, I have never gone to a live thing, so sorry if I get all red.
Welcome.
There's always a first time.
Yeah, for
everything.
everything.
Okay, so my question is, for some reason I think that I'm too old, like to learn how to be maybe like a loan officer. And my question was like, what strengths is needed like to become a loan officer or a real estate agent?
Well, you're never too old to be what you could have been ever. So don't say that. Step number 1. Step number 2, you should have you should be a little bit good at math, or at least paying attention. And everything you could learn it. It's not hard. Customer service is very important. Being good with people is important. And getting a license is the least of your concerns. More than anything, it's the people skills required and the attention to detail and customer service. Mortgage is a lot harder. Real estate is pretty easy, but that's what I would have to say to that.
I mean, 2 things. There's no age restriction for success. Like, I've seen people that made a fortune when they're older. And I've seen people make a fortune, especially nowadays, very young. It's easy. Right now, it's super easy to make millions, especially for the younger people that are growing up with technology. But you just need 2 things. You need to be coachable, and you need to be able to adapt, change, like pivot. Like you can't. Most people that are older, that are more experienced, they're scared of change, and they're not coachable because they think they know it, or they think it's too late. If you're coachable and you're willing to get mentored by somebody younger than you, because somebody younger than you is going to teach you social media, technology, and if you're willing to be coachable and you're willing to also make some changes, there's nothing stopping you. You just have to be willing to do that. And most people, they're just scared because they think they have so much experience and they know it all and they can't change because they already been used to the same thing over and over. So just be willing to change, adapt, and be coachable, and you'll be good.
100%.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's be up. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
I'll tell you all about the person that I'm meeting tomorrow. Big, super mega star. And then we'll see you guys next week. If you guys have any more comments or questions or something that we kind of left off, please comment below, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.